Saipreetha joined my one-to-one mentor program. And today, as you can see, with a smile on her face, she cleared PMP with all above target, overall above target. Saipreetha, what a journey we had. And where you were like multiple times it happened, you almost gave up. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. So why don't you share your journey in your own words? It's more effective. Please go ahead.
So basically, I joined your program in November, but then I didn't continue it, in full on mode. Basically, I was that on and off type of a person. But yeah, coming back to the days when I look back at it right now, yeah, it was an amazing journey. I mean, whenever, like, there were days where I thought, like, okay, what am I doing or something? The follow ups that you used to have, like, probably I can say the rigorous follow up. So I used to get back again and I used to, sit and study and things like that. So, yeah, I think I've been like consistent on that. Like, yeah, again, in between on and off. But yeah, overall, it was.
Yeah. One thing that I really appreciate about you, if it was 20 minutes, it is 20 minutes. If it was 30 minutes, it is 30 minutes. If it was one question a day, you kept on moving. So this was a beautiful thing that you did, and especially when we discussed, yeah, last time that we can get this thing done, and you were more motivated towards that. Yes, I made you do more mocks, but you were ready by the end of March. But you did, we were unable to get the dates. I still
Yeah.
remember you said that I want to do it by the end of March. I said, okay, get a date, but we were not getting date. Interestingly, your uh, today, you know that three students had exam. Amit has already cleared. Shamsina, she is giving exam right now. Shamsina had the same thing. She was unable to get the date. She was almost cleared in the last week of March, but same thing as you. And you know, I never recommend giving exam from home.
Yeah.
That is like the last case scenario. I don't recommend that. Okay,
Yeah.
so Peter, let's talk about the exam a little bit. Okay,
Mhm.
how did you manage time in the exam? Because for you, it was a big challenge. The reason being, you never gave exam in any mock in one go. You never had
True.
that time to go. Like even I gave you 200 question, 180 question, six set of 180 question. You did like 20, 40, 60, something like that. You kept on moving. But I never force you because I know at least you are moving now. You don't have time with the production going on, all those things. So, what do you think? How did you manage that time and how important it was to manage that time, please?
Yeah. So basically, time was a concern that even I was thinking about, like, how will I manage it? But before going to the exam, I just kept repeating myself, like whatever you had mentioned, that the rule of 75 to 80 for the first lot, and then 80 and 80. So I tried abiding by it, but let me be honest, on the first set of questions, 60 questions, I, kind of took more time over there.
How much?
Probably
How much time?
I should have given a break by 150 minutes or so, or 155 minutes. I think it went up to 140 or something.
90
So,
minutes. 90
yeah,
minutes.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then I took a break, but I used to take the break because I knew that, I have to, because I was not used to continuously giving this exam. So that was one thing. So I went on a break and I came back again. And again,
Mm-hmm.
I attempted. Again, the second one, I was trying to manage it, but it was better than the first one because, again, the first set of 60 questions were time consuming for me. Second was better than the first one. But again, like I was a little concerned after the second group, like, how will I manage for remaining? Because I knew for sure that third set is like, pretty much easier compared to the first two or so. And I didn't want to, leave out those questions just because of my time or something. But again, I took that break and I came back. And with this exactly to the dot, it was 60 minutes, 60 questions kind of a thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to complete that like to the dot.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I think the third set of questions were easier compared to the remaining. So, it's like
So
advisable
what?
to never.
Yeah. So what we discussed that okay, first section will be the hardest, second will be the, uh, but the third will be the most easiest one. But in order to the third one, you must have that time to work into that way. right?
Right, right.
Okay. Okay, that's an interesting thing to look into that, and that's an important thing to know that. Okay, that's good thing. Okay, let's talk about this thing. So, which area was more dominant in the exam?
Mostly it was agile.
Mm-hmm,
Agile questions were many. Then communications, and even for that matter, stakeholder was there.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Uh, Predominantly, it was agile, is what I can understand.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, agile was the most dominant domain in the entire, I would say, the entire PMP, right?
Yes. Yes.
Agile stakeholder communication. We that what we have been discussing before.
And yes, and even for that matter, teams as well.
Teams as well. How much of the
Yes.
like virtual team were there?
Well, I can't recollect it so well, but I could say somewhere like rough estimation. I'm giving a 5, 6 from my side, but might be it could be more also. Now I can't recollect it so well, but there were many teams question that I've answered, like the team was remotely placed or something like that. Those kind of questions.
Okay, those questions were there. One formula question that we discussed.
Yes. So
Let's
coming
not
to
put
the
the
form of
question. Let's not
yeah.
exactly specify because this is a very gray line that I don't want to cross.
Mhm.
So one question were there. Okay, regarding the formula, right?
Yes. Yes. One
Okay.
question.
Any critical path?
No. No.
No critical path questions were there. Okay, that's a perfectly fine thing that there was no critical path question. Okay, and how many drags and drop questions?
There were two
There were
drag and drop.
two
Yes.
drag and
Yes.
drop questions. Okay, and they were in the first section, or where were they mostly?
First, I mean, one was in the first section, and the other one was in the last section.
Other was in the last section. In the first section, apart from that, like, okay, you were tensed. That's the first time. Okay, uh, do you think it was more difficult than the second one? Because I am getting this feedback that the PMI has been changing now, that the second section is becoming more hard as compared to first. Is it so?
See, with me, what happened when I entered, right? I had to like wear that PMI hat. So obviously, once for all, like I was not getting into that flow. So I found that like time management difficult there. But somehow, even the second set of question, they were kind of mixed up, is what I felt. But the third was like, you know, easy one.
Hmm.
Third set. So in
Yeah,
second, they were a mix actually. Yeah.
yeah. That's always a interesting thing to look into that. Okay, let's talk about the entire program that we
Mhm.
had and we worked into that. How important the coaching calls were you for?
Well, they are important. And yeah, there were times that I couldn't attend, but towards the end, I tried like, attending these coaching calls. Reason being, like in these coaching calls, there would be tips or like, how to tackle the questions. Like you would be telling those kind of things, like basically how to tackle during exam. So I think that is very helpful from an
Hmm.
exam perspective.
Okay, that is a very beautiful thing into put. And how would you say my follow-up system was? Was it a pain? Always pinging, always calling you at unnecessary time, pinging you. So how would you say that?
See, I knew that, I would need that follow-up session. So that is one of the reasons that when I got to know about your plan, I mean, I joined your session. So that was there. But yeah, there were times wherein I had no updates to give you. Those days, yes, of course. But yeah, it was a good thing actually overall, if I say it was for our own
Yeah,
benefit.
yeah, it was benefit. Of course, you see, when you this is a normal thing when you don't have, and it happens with all the students with all the things going on. When you don't have any update to give, you kind of feel ashamed. Yeah, what should I do? So not replying something is 90% what my student does. Okay, that's perfectly suitable. I always like to get the feedback on that pattern thing, the coaching system that we have started, in which I am sending people to the breakout room. What is your feedback on that? Do you think it's a good way, or
Well, now that depends. Some days I used to feel it is good when probably some days like I used to think, okay, fine, if at all you would answer the questions would be better. So I think the mix and match would be best
the
approach
mix
is
and
what I
match, the mix and
yes,
match, what we
yes.
are doing currently?
Yes,
that
yes.
that is a better approach to work into
Yes.
that. Okay, that is a great thing to look into that. Okay, how important doing root cause analysis was, that I keep on pushing you, keep and you were keep on pushing me back, that I don't have time, and I said okay, but we need to do it. So how important that was standing today?
Well, very, very important. Because it gives an idea and explanation as to why, that answer would be right or wrong. So yeah, it was very important.
It was very important. How many books I have asked you to read?
Not even one.
Say, Parita, anything that you would like to say to people who are going to become PMP, people like you, people who are working and they are overloaded with the home things, family, home, all those things, and then job, and plus very, I would say, painful job and things like that. So, what would you say to those people, especially working women, working mom, single working women, all those people from India? Please, your final words to them.
Well, the videos really helped, I could say. The journey videos towards the end, like, and I used to just go through them, like in podcast, I used to listen to them. So the videos were helpful wherever there are, when you find no time, I think like maybe 5-10 minutes also, your videos, like just plug in and listen to it. It does give, I mean, it is very beneficial for the overall PMP perspective.
It is very. So, how would you like give them the feedback how they can prepare the PMP?
Well, RC is a must, and your mocks, as well as the journey videos, as well as the basic PMI coaching calls that you're having. Those are important. But yeah, I didn't go through your presentation because I felt the class itself, whatever you're giving, the video call class, that was more helpful for me at least. So yeah,
Okay. Thank you very much, Parita. It has been an honor to work with you throughout
thank
the
you.
entire journey with punching you, pinging you, disturbing you, listening to your all the things. But it was an honor at the end of the
Thank
day
you.
that I was able to deliver what it was promised. And of course, thank you to Abhishek for referring you. I just had a conversation with him
Yes, of
that
course.
he
Yes.
referred you, and as a result, we were able to connect. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
and bye
Thank
bye.
you. Thank you.